Hello everyone. I posted a video a little while ago of me getting this far on building this lighthouse kit for my OO9 layout. As you can see, progress on my OO9 layout hasn't really been that much so far. I've got a loop of track here, I've started some siding, and then I've carved a bit of foam away for where I'm going to have the ocean right here, and I've got these junk sitting here, which is great. So I want to start trying to get this layout underway, just because I know if I keep pushing it off like I have been, I'm never going to do anything on it, which is wasteful, because this double Farley is really nice. This coach and this way in from Pico are not so nice, but that's a story for another day. And I have another OO9 locomotive on the way as well. So I figured I will finish painting the parts for this kit in this video, put it together, and maybe start on some more track work. So let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, I have the kit now on my workbench, and then I've got all the parts here that I still need to paint, minus these two. These are basically done. I just need to put the doors on them, and then I can put them on. None of this is actually glued in place right now. Like, this roof's removable, and I still need to touch it up. And I don't think I glued any of these walls together. I think they're just friction fitted, but they're very sturdy, so I honestly don't even know if I'll bother gluing them. I'll see. But I'd say the trim and stuff on these is basically done. I just need to touch it up in a few areas where it's a little sloppy. But other than that, it's basically ready to go. So I'm just gonna mask off these pieces here and touch them up a bit. I'll probably do that off camera just because you saw me painting a lot in the last video. In case you didn't see the last video, I'll have the link in the description, or I have the playlist on my channel. Yeah, the process isn't that hard. For the white, I believe I used Apple Barrel's Snow White paint, and then, which is kind of just like an off-white color. And then for the green trim, I used Christmas green, and I actually don't know where that paint is, so I'm just gonna find it and get to work. Alright, be back in a sec. Alright, so I've finished painting up the lighthouse and touching it up. I added some details to some parts like this, like I painted the railings silver. Just tried to touch up these a bit because they were looking pretty sloppy. They still do a little, but they're very small parts. It's hard to paint them. And also, the paint I'm using right here, the Apple Barrel Christmas green, is not exactly the most high quality paint out there. So I did that. I picked out these details here. These could actually do with another coat, so I'll probably do that before I start assembling stuff. I picked out, I can't remember what this is called, but it's a little spire or something it's called, I think, that goes on top of the lighthouse. I picked that out in gold. I painted this red just to make it pop a bit. This is a part for the front, and then I just went over some other stuff in more coats of green, more coats of white, just to try and get rid of paint imperfections. So I think now I've got everything painted pretty much. So I think now I'm just going to do a time lapse of myself building the kit, and then we'll get on to weathering it. Right, so the next time you saw me was going to be a time lapse of me building it, and then I was going to weather after. But I had some stuff come up because I realized I had forgotten to paint a lot of components for the lighthouse. So this was still in the box. I had to weather it down a little bit. I had not painted this part yet, which is a little balcony for it. I hadn't painted around the glass of the top of the lighthouse, several other little bits. So I just finished painting those all up. I weathered the main lighthouse tower, which doesn't look great in person. It looks better actually on camera, I think, than in person. Which kind of sucks, but I think I went a bit overboard with weathering, but it'll do. So anyways, I'll do a time lapse now, and then I'll come back later. Right, so that was the first time lapse. I just finished building the main lighthouse tower here. And I just wanted to make a point for if you're building one of these yourself. So in order to make this work, there's an actual light here in the top that you can hook up to some AC terminals or a power pack or something, and you have to feed it up through the lighthouse. And I found out the hard way. I had to take this apart once, actually, that you need to, in order to get this to work properly, you need to put it through each part individually. So put it through the main tower piece first, then put it through this piece, then this piece, and then this piece at the top. You actually can't get it through the top here without having this piece off because it just won't fit through the clearance. And then there's just a little support for it here up at the top, and then the glass piece goes on. So I'll do that and put the top of the lighthouse on, and then I'll come back. Right, so I forgot to get a time lapse this time, but I've got the top of the lighthouse on it now. I picked this out with green paint, which is really hard to do. I just did it with a toothpick very carefully, painted the top gold, and yeah, I think the actual lighthouse towers come out nicely. It's basically done now, so now I just need to put the building together. Right, so here's the mostly finished kit. I haven't done everything, but I've put the main building together. I don't have the lighthouse permanently attached yet, just because I'm still trying to figure out whether I want to add lighting to this. Like, besides from the lighthouse tower, like, interior lighting in the building. The only thing I haven't done is I haven't put the porch together on the front yet, and that's because I don't know what I did with the steps. I have these steps here, which were meant to be for if you didn't want the add-on building in the back, but I decided I would. So I don't need these steps. But unfortunately, I have no idea where I put the other steps that are supposed to go in the porch. Like, you can't really use these ones because the steps are on the side and the porch comes out in the front, because you can see there's more stairs molded into the rock piece here. So I've got to try and figure out what I did with that pair of steps. But yeah, other than that, that kit is finished. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it took so long for this part of the video to come out, but I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you can use this video for if you're putting one of your own versions of these kits together. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!